Hi, my name's Amelia Kramer. I'm the owner here at Upwards Art Studio. So we're located in downtown Owen Sound, Ontario, Canada. So we are an art supply store. We sell lots of art supplies, and then we have a studio in the back. So we're in the studio today. I'm doing a demo for Beam watercolor paints. So I almost asked, do you have any questions? But I haven't said anything yet. So are you familiar with Beam paints? No? Okay. So Beam Paints are an Indigenous-owned company. They're on Manitoulin Island. They were founded by Anong Beam, who is a painter and a maker. She's also the daughter of Carl Beam, who is pretty famous Indigenous painter, drum maker. So she was surrounded by arts and surrounded by a First Nation culture. So grew up knowing how important the land is and the connection to the land. And sustainability. So Beam focuses on sustainability and natural products, and they have high quality handmade products. So all of their paints are handmade using pigments, mineral pigments, and other, like sometimes it's flowers and stuff like that are on Manitoulin Island. And they use things like maple syrup as the binders and stuff like that. So yeah, it's very cool. So all Beam, I'm gonna switch cameras. I always talk myself through what I'm doing on the camera. So all Beam products, these are just some sample ones that she sends us when we order. So I'll be using those to paint. But these are some of the other things. So this is a little gift set. So so these are her Paintstones. And so the packaging is all like this is canvas that's been reused and waxed. This is obviously paper. And then she uses fabric that's waxed to hold the gift set. So these all come like this, and it's all bound up with this around it. All of these papers for the samples are also watercolor paper, like handmade watercolor papers. These are some other, sorry, my camera's this way, some other gift sets that you can get. So all the tree stuff is from felled trees. So they're not cutting down new trees, or not new trees, but like existing trees to get their wood. We'll talk a little bit about their brushes. Again, this is a gift set that comes with a little bag, like hand-sewn bag, and they're lovely. And some of the newer gift sets for the Paintstones have little messages on them. So there's a thank you and yeah, so they're very nice. Okay, so let's, so we talked about the plastic. So plastic free, everything's biodegradable. And she uses recycled packaging, obviously. So this is this is fabric that when we order Paintstones, like when we order a bunch of them, it comes folded in this fabric. So she's not even using plastics like in the shipping process. So very environmentally friendly and aware. So that's very lovely. Yep, talked about that. So the binders are from tree sap, gum arabic, which gum arabic usually shows up in watercolor, and then natural earth pigments. And so the paints are used or are made with minimal waste. So, you know, things like this are made with, if there's leftover paint from trying to make from making the Paintstones, right? So, so there's lots of great things. So these are her most popular products. This is a gift set, but they also come individually. So I'm just going to get rid of that part. So these are called Paintstones. They are about the size of a half pan of watercolors. So if you're familiar with the sizes, and what else? So they blend beautifully, offer smooth, vibrant, and long-lasting colors. They're activated with water, obviously, because they're watercolor. Some of the pigments are mica. So it's ethically sourced mica from the ground, right? Mica comes from the ground. So this whole set, this is called the Northern Lights set, which is her most, in here, it's her most popular. I'm not sure about other places, but this set is gorgeous. Okay, so let's try some out. So I have some, okay, so I have some watercolor paper. So this is 200 pounds. We don't sell the 200-pound in the store. It was what I had on my shelf. And then I'm also going to use a piece of, this is Canson watercolor, which we do have in pads and spiral bound in the store. It's great for learning and practicing. And then we have other things like arches, blocks, and full sheets. So anyway, these are two sheets. That's a cut sheet. That's a sheet that I don't know what I did. Oh, here it is. There we go. This one, the one underneath is a bit old, so it has some sun exposure. This is what, right? So that's the difference, is how old my watercolor paper is. Okay, I'm gonna get some of this stuff out of the way. Okay, so I'm gonna use the samples, and let's start with this nice watercolor paper that's old. And I am not a watercolor artist, so bear with me. Okay, so let's try, this is Timberwolf, which is her Payne's Gray. I probably have like too much water on my brush because I'm really not used to watercolor. Here, let's plot this. So that's that one. This is a mica one. So this is Glacier Rivers. Pretty sure this one shows up in the, pretty sure that's the same one. Yeah, that one shows up in the Northern Lights sets. Right, so it has a bit of a shimmer. Not sure if the video can see that, but we can see that. Right, it's just got this like little bit of iridescent when it dries. And then you can also layer them, right? So if you're looking for some tone differences. This is in the children's set, this one. What is this one called? Sky Blue. Obviously I love blue because that's all I'm picking, right? But then like layering them up on top of one another is really beautiful. That was too wet to do that. That's Timberwolf again. Gray Ultra. And some of them are hard to tell what they look like once they're, oh, that's lovely. When they're on, like when they're dry in this big clump, right? Oh yeah, I love that one. Nice. Not sure that's still available. There's another mica one. Right, so that one looks very gold in the swatch, and then it's almost red coming out. What is this one? This is salmon. This is a very popular color. Actually, in the paint stone, it does look pink. I love that too. Except it's anyway. There. I was trying to find Blueberry Mountain. This one's pretty popular too. Shows up in a lot of the sets. This like gorgeous, super vibrant. Let's see any other requests of these ones? The greenie. There's two greens here. Forget what this one's called. One of them will be Boreal, I think. That's Fiddlehead. Oh, this is Plein. Oh, that's gonna make it brown. Let's not do that. That's gonna make it brown too. It's still got a lot of pine on it. It's so quiet. That was a lot of butter.
It's pretty too.
Yeah.
If I make it, do you mean like the stone? The sparkly stone?
Yes. Yeah, so it's found, like you can dig it up in your backyard and it's normally in super flat sheets that you can flake apart and stuff like that. So that's what it is. Yeah. It's that shiny, yeah. So this one, right? You can really see the shimmer. And the blue, you can see it. It's a little bit, I think I put some other stuff on top of it. So anyway, those are some of the colors. Oh, and let's try this pink. Let's try a flat brush. Oh, that's lovely too. I'm gonna get different gradations. Yeah, anyway. So I'll let you try those after we're done recording. I guess I didn't really need to use that sheet. Okay, where's my sticky notes? Yeah, so they're really great for taking with you, doing plein air. She does have these wooden pallets that you can put the paint stones in and you know, pick your palette for that day. Some of the sets come with, you know, within a block already. She also has these travel cards, which are super for plein air. So they're like the samples that I have, but they're in kind of like colors that would go together. So this one's branded a children's set, but it's not. This is the primary mixing. So this circle thing is new with them. This is one with a mica gold. And then we have the Northern Lights, but we could only get the tiny ones, so it's little blobs. But they last a long time, right? Like even using these, like they last a long time. Not that we have some of these for sample that I can send home with you if you'd like. So these are some of the travel sets. So they're really great for like little gifts or like at Christmas, like a little stocking stuffer or something like that. Yeah, and they actually in our watercolor gifts, like the Upwards watercolor gift set, there was one of these as well. I'm not sure that we've made more of those, but we will. And then she also has, this is new. So these are coloring. They're kind of like a paint your own. So there's a series of birds and then they can be used as a card, but then the little bits of paint are on the back. So there's a whole bunch of different ones and it does tell you what the colors are that are on here so that if you are like, oh, turns out I love that color, you can get a full paint stone. So these are lovely too. She's drawn all of these and then printed them onto like a watercolor paper. So we have a whole bunch of those. Those are new this year. There's a couple new colors. I didn't pull them. They Lake Superior and Topaz Lake, I think. And there's a gold one as well that they're just gorgeous. Okay. So she also has a line of brushes. So some of the gift sets come with brushes, right? Some of these come with a travel brush. And she also has them separately. So I'm just going to organize these a little bit. So she has regular brushes. So these, you know, short handle, really nice bristles. I have some watercolor artists that come in regularly that are like, these are the brushes. I don't want any other brushes. So these are really great. These are her travel brushes. So this one isn't being made anymore because it's a friction fit. So this is the biggest one. I think we only have one left. It's just the design was a little wonky, but these ones, so there's a flat and a round, and the handle screws off, and you can put it back in, screws on again. So it's really great for traveling, obviously, because it's called a travel brush. Right, but when you're painting, it screws on, so this won't flex. And then there's a round one that's similar, and then this one is new. This is the like super tiny, cute little, just stick in your purse type or your handbag. Yeah.
For
So
the
that,
eyeliner.
yeah.
Yeah.
right? It's very cute and tiny, tiny brush. Yeah, so that's like a stick in your pocket thing. Yeah, so the brushes are really lovely as well. I really like the idea of the travel, because these are some of the other travel ones that you put the water in. And you have to squeeze out the water as you go, but they're not great for like putting away, right? You, not that it's a big deal, like you do have to like squeeze it, like empty out the water chamber and stuff, but and it does have a plastic, this is all plastic, right? So if you're concerned about plastics, it's maybe not the best idea. It does have a plastic lid. If you put the plastic lid on too soon, not that it's a bad brush, but if you put it on too soon and everything's not dry, then it can start to mold in there. The only thing that I really hate about these brushes is that to take the cap off, it's the opposite. So it's righty loosey, lefty tighty, which doesn't seem to make sense, but they're great brushes too. I'm just gonna show you what they're like. So they just pick up the color. You kind of squeeze as you're doing that. And then to clean them on your rag, you just keep squeezing and then the color comes out of the brush. So anyway, they're really great for like kids learning how to paint, like smaller kids. Yeah. Okay. I'm going through this fast. That's perfect. Is there anything else that I was going to discuss? Yeah, so if you want to try, that's kind of her line of stuff. We can order specific things, but we try to order most of her stuff anyway. That is available, like that we regularly move anyway. So there's some other things. She had a line of the paint like this, but in a little shell. So those are nice. I think the practicality might not be that great. And she does have a new color that I can't get yet. It's like a rose gold. As soon as it's available, it's coming here. Yeah, and she had some little tins last year that we basically, as soon as we got them, we sold out of them. So yeah. Yeah, that's any questions about Beam, about the paints, or just want to dive in? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna switch this back and wrap this up.
Before you do that, what was it
Yep.
that you said when somebody paints like away from their house? You said there was a term for that?
It's called plein air, so it's
Plein air.
French. Plein, and then air usually has an E on it. Yeah. But English people don't put the E on, but you know.
That's just outside painting?
It just means outside painting, not from a reference. You're referencing nature right there.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. And some people, when they do plein air, it's very representational, and then other people, it's like, this is the light,
right.
You know. So Van Gogh did it a lot, and some people use it as their reference, right? So that they go grab the light, what it looks like right now, and then as like a study, and then takes it back to their studio and paints a bigger thing. Yeah, yeah. So it's like sometimes it's a fast and dirty thing, and then other times it's a long drawn out. But then the light changes,
right.
Which is kind of which happens, and then some plein air people, they capture that change and makes it look like it's moving type. Like it's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. Thanks everyone. My name is Amelia Kramer from Upwards Art Studio in Owen Sound, Ontario, Canada. If you have any questions about Beam, put them in the comments. Follow us on social at Upwards Art Studio on everything except for X, really. Oh, and LinkedIn. We're not on LinkedIn. We're not professional. No, we are professional, but it's not where artists hang out. Okay. Thanks everyone.